We're live.
Hello, hello, people out there.
Hello. When you're able to get us crossed over,
Yeah.
formally introduce who we are.
Oh, okay. I see us right now. Let's see. Let's cross over.
You see us?
See us, see us, see us. So I'll let you get started while I'm doing my thing over here.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I know it feels like, is this a blast from the past? Is this Throwback Thursday? No, it isn't. Barbara Beckley and I are here live. We are live joining you today, and I'm excited that we are here. We were able to sync our schedules and get on. Um, Barbara, are we streaming in CY yet?
It's still taking its time here.
Well, we'll just give it a second because we want to make sure it's streaming in.
Yep. Okay.
But you're able to see us.
Yeah, I see us in DFN.
Okay. We'll give it a minute. Good morning, good people.
Good people. Thank you for being so patient. I don't want to start singing.
Well, I miss the days when you could just do a direct stream into the Facebook.
I miss them days. I really do. But you always say, I know you say, LaWanna, change is good. And I keep trying to just think like that. So change is good.
Okay, do you see us yet?
Okay.
Oh, I see it, but I can't. Okay, what I see, I don't see the show playing. You just have the link, so they'll have to go to the link. So let me try something here.
Okay.
We want them to see us. Okie dokie, smoky. So I'm going to have to go in here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, tell me now if you see us actually in.
Okay. Let me just adjustments. This is production at its finest. Okay, I still just see the link there. So
You still just see the link?
yeah, I did.
Okay, then I'll do it from my phone.
Okay.
That may be the issue.
And let's see. Like,
Consulting live.
I love, 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 love the new banner.
Thank you.
Beautiful banner.
Okay, now I'm going to see. We should be live in here. Okay, I think we're live now. Let me know if you see us.
Right here. Okay. So you see us?
You see us?
No. I was like, do you see us?
Okay, here we go. Yes, I see us.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yay, we did it.
Yay! Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Women's History Month. This is the last day of the month. And as Barbara and I were joking earlier as we were trying to get text set up, this is not Throwback Thursday. This is not a replay. We are actually live. Live, live, live. Good
Yeah.
morning, Barbara.
We're live like we used to before, like Celebrate You Live talk show. I was looking at the band, I was like, wow, this is bringing back some wonderful, amazing memories, and just shows how the long way we came. We've done so much, and that's what I'm so glad that we're coming today together, you and I, sister, queen, amazing strategist, all the other things I can think of for you. LaWanna. LaWanna, that we can sit back and just really look back and see, and celebrate. See, celebrate you of 7 years, LaWanna. 7 years. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
I was so excited excited about today, and whether you're watching us live or the replay or the edited final version where we're going to pop in some flashbacks, throwbacks, even some bloopers.
And some
Um,
different hairstyles, maybe. I don't know. That
yeah,
might
we got the lioness going on to, did you just wake up?
you know. Can I say something real quickly about that? That's why I brought it up. I'm always talking about queens lifting up queens, right? Because I think the queen thing. Who wasn't lifting me up back then? Couldn't somebody just say, Barbara, your hair is just a little too big, or it's a little bit lopsided? Maybe you need to.
Oh, I know. It's been such a joy and a privilege to those of you who have been with us over the years. We have grown organically to 1,500 plus individuals in 10 plus nations around the world. And we've done everything from international conferences, Women of the Year show. We've been featured on ABC, CBS, NBC, Market Watch, multiple podcasts. We have really, really made an impact and a difference. And a lot of people don't know our story, Barbara.
Yeah, and it started just in a little Facebook group just for the conference we were doing, and it grew to this point. You never know where the seed's going to grow. You never
Right.
know. Yeah.
But I'm going to toss it to you to tell people even how we met, because when we met at the time, I was living in Atlanta, Georgia. You were living in Kenosha, Wisconsin. How did our paths intersect?
Well, we have to give credit where credit's due, like you said, to Women's Prosperity Network, because I was a part of at that time. I was a part of it first for just for like 1 year, as one of their hubs, I call it. And one day, I noticed that LaWanna became one too for the Georgia location, and we kind of just, we went to a conference of theirs. So I knew, I kept saying to myself, I need, and it's interesting now that I have to go back and think about LaWanna. It's interesting because I wasn't planning to go because there were things happening personal wise and stuff. And I said, looks like I might not make this in the back of my mind. But then some told me, no, just push, just do the push. It's going to be okay. Everything, whatever's going to take care of. So I went and I said,
Oh, and it was in Florida, by the way.
yeah, I was going to say, I was going to say we were in Florida. I was going to Florida. So, but like I said before, I think it's really important to say that I was not going to be going, because if I didn't go, I wouldn't have met this wonderful, amazing woman, because that's where we met, in the Florida conference for WPN. And it's when we met at a table, and they were doing that networking thing. We met one time, we sat there, we talked for a minute, and then we really, after that, it was kind of like, woof,
It's like,
because it was
where's
like,
Barbara?
now, did we like when they had lunch or something? Did we? No, even that, yeah. So it's interesting how we, just a quick meeting turned into a long relationship, and that just reminded me of, you can never say to yourself that you might not meet individuals, either to collaborate with them, be friends with them. I mean, we became both. And over just a little just setting in a women's conference for maybe a good 10 minutes or something like that. But then when we were leaving out to go back home, we were both, sitting, getting ready to go and everything. And, we both had to get to the airport, and we decided, okay, you know what, we might as well, take a cab together. Now, LaWanna, you got to tell me because I think I'm trying to remember. Did you say that basically in your mind? Well, you wasn't really trying to take a cab with somebody. I don't know. It was I don't know. It was something like that. But it's
Well,
something
well, it was because I didn't know. Like,
you didn't really
fortunately,
know me.
we were going at the exact same time. I think our flights were like 20 minutes apart. But you
Yeah.
know, how sometimes you're like, oh, let's ride together, and one person has to sit for 2 and 3 hours. I wasn't about to do that,
No, no.
and it was a cab. I mean, that it was an expensive cab ride, actually.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, we weren't. We didn't have the Uber.
no, no. There was no Uber. Like a regular cab. Yes. And then at that point, we started, just talking more in the cab. And then we both were having similar things with WPN. So we started talking on a regular basis to get ready for our monthly sessions we have with the ladies within our territory. And I'm telling you, the one I still think about this when we were talking and we were putting stuff together, and you'd be like, well, I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna do something a little different here and there. And then I was thinking about what I said, see, this is where the strategic came in with her, and I was learning her on that end. And I said, yeah, I think I need to do that too. So then I love the weekly meetings we used to have because she was help me prep for the ones for the monthly meeting. And I'm telling you, well, I don't know if I ever told you this, it grew more with those changes that I did within the group monthly for that. So I thank you for that because it really drew a lot of more women to really conversate more, network more, and it all because of just collaborating with you and understanding your gift that you have to say, okay, let me change this thing up because this is not really, it was just kind of vanilla. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah. Well, I want to, thank you because you had been with your chapter, or like you said, hub, a year longer than me, and so I'm trying to find my way. And I want to just go back just a little bit to that cab ride. So as they're, going and stopping, um, Barbara was the first one to get out because they reached her terminal first. And as she gets ready to get out, we make sure we exchange phone numbers. And I said, make sure you stay in touch. And she's like, I will. But both of us are thinking, I know I'm not going to see or talk to this person ever again. We were just doing the nice thing, right? But that's not what God's design was. And I just want to sit in that and give honor and glory to God because, as you said, Barbara, who would have thought that a 10-minute conversation at a 3-day conference, and somehow we never intersected anymore after that conference until we're both ready to leave that hotel,
Yeah. Oh,
would
that's
have taken us from, again, we're talking 2 years before Celebrate You.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you and I are in a almost 10-year relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and Celebrate You, we're celebrating 7 years. But
Mm-hmm.
who would have thought that?
Yeah, I know because, like you said, we were doing a nice thing. I know we were doing. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. We'll talk. Yes, and like I'm regular said, I don't know. That might not happen. I mean, not saying that I didn't see she was a wonderful person at the time, but you know how you get when you're busy and stuff. But we took like you said, that seed grew and it grew huge, and that's why I always say never, never. You never know. You never know where you're going to meet. The person in your life that's going to change things in your life. So never take that for granted. So, if you have a 10-minute talk somewhere with somebody, that might turn into a long relationship. A long
Right.
relationship.
The other thing that I want to say, and I'll show a little clip, is in Barbara, you started to talk about that. It's like, okay, how did we go from being these chapter leaders in 2 independent states to having Celebrate You?
Mhm.
Well, Barbara decided, it's time for me to kind of do my own thing, and I'm going to still be associated with WPN, but I don't want to head a chapter any longer. And I remember my heart just sank. I thought, she's leaving.
Yes, it's cute because I said you really said that too. You said But then, you was just your child was just like whoosh. So I knew you was good, and I was like, LaWanna's like, I'm learning from you as I'm going out the other direction.
Yeah, but I really did feel abandoned because, as Barbara said, we were collaborating, getting ideas from one another for the monthly meetings because there was a a template, if you will, for us to follow. But I want to say this, and we're going to give some little teachable moments in this time. Even when you have a template, if it's not like etched in stone that there's no way you can navigate, deviate, add to it, always be willing to challenge because no one knows you, your environment, or your people like you. And like Barbara said, certain things just weren't landing in the way that she needed them to, and vice versa with me. Now, were we changing the topic? Deviating from the presentation, no, but stylistically, how we ended up presenting it and showing it and creating our own independent exercises helped us to grow and create sustainability and engagement that actually then became the foundation to celebrate you.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, thank you for saying that, Luana, because it's so true. Because you have to, no matter what, even if it's something like you said, vanilla or just a template, you still always have to make it your own somewhere so it can bring you out. I'm always talking about your purpose and passion and drive. It has to land. That's like your foundation for anything you do. I don't care what it is. So I'm so glad that we were able to, grow that in to those monthly meetings that we had with the ladies. So yeah. Right.
Now I'm wondering, Barbara, with the way that the technology is it possible that we can share, like, can you share a Facebook clip, or do we have to add that later?
I think we would have to add that later.
Because like when we do the present,
Can I?
or you can share screen, right?
Oh yeah, you can share. Yeah, you can share a screen. Yeah, you can share a
Okay.
screen. You pull it up. You should be able to see it.
Okay. Well, I'll let you keep talking. I'm going to see if I can find this link, and then it may be easier for you to share it.
Okay. So I was just going. I wanted to say going back when we're talking about the 7 year wonderful years for Celebrate You is I know the number seven presents something, means something, especially in the biblical sense too, in the spiritual sense, and it means completion. So not
Mm.
saying that this is complete. I don't want people to think that part like, oh, what you're about to no. It's about to grow into something even, different and evolve. It has been evolving for the last 7 years. But when you get to a certain year, like the year seven, you kind of look at everything that's been done. This is what I'm thinking. I'm looking at it as too. And I'm glad when LaWanna said, okay, let's, let's celebrate our 7 years. Let's go into the group. And I'm like, yes, please let's do that because we can show all those years that's been passed up till now. How look at the completion of each year just evolved into another whole growth pattern with not just ourselves. And I know we're going to get into about celebrating a lot of the women, a lot of leaders in Celebrate You, because this wasn't just me and LaWanna. We always say it takes a village, right? It takes other women to come together. And that's why we even created the whole Celebrate You, because we always say we want to. And I know LaWanna has and when she kicks back in, she always does our mission really well. But basically, it helps celebrate other women. And what I like about LaWanna always, like I said, she's a strategist, she's a visionary. I always give her credit for that because she's always been and always will. Um, she always said, Barbara, we need, take it to the level. We got to be global. And I want to tell LaWanna, I said, you know what? You started me with that, lady. Now every time I do some on my platform or anywhere else, I say, okay, I got to be global. And then I think of I think of LaWanna's face being in my head. I said, she taught me well because her teaching always stays in my head. But when she said we have to be global because we want to celebrate all women, not just one in the U.S. Because we need to hear their heart, we need to hear their soul. They need to be able to show up and celebrate themselves. So with these 7 years, I've seen so many women, so many things that we've done, the events. I know we're going to go a little bit into that, but just overall for 7 years, that's 7 years of completion for all of that and celebrate you. So, there's going to be much more coming. Uh-oh.
When you said that, Barbara, the one thing is we've actually touched and impacted um, over 30,000 women around the world.
That's a lot.
And that's what we know. Now we don't know how many people that are still being impacted by stumbling across some of the old CY live shows and trainings that we've done. And I want to talk about that. As we said, this is celebrate you. Let me first tell you what the mission is, and then I will show you our promo video. And actually, Celebrate You became a foundation for a lot of what Barbara and I do independently in our business. So this became a training and expansion ground for us with some of the new things that are on our plates. But Celebrate You started off with the original was Celebrate You Women Embracing Wellness. And then we changed it to Celebrate You Embracing Her Wellness. And now it's Celebrate You Embracing Total Wellness. And the reason why we first wanted to do the her, because that was sort of the theme that was going around the world. And but what do we mean by that? We realize that in order to really stand in who you are authentically is to celebrate yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And when women are able to truly celebrate who they are in those five elements, then they are able to impact their families, their community, the nation, and the world. So we believe in women coming forward totally whole, nothing broken, realizing your greatness. And this became a platform for women to express themselves. And how we started, and Barbara's going to show a quick clip before I show you our CY commercial, is as she mentioned, I was still in a chapter leader in Atlanta, and I wanted to do a retreat, and I wanted to sponsor the entire retreat, focusing on five business women. And I thought, okay, well, what am I going to do? And I decided to pick an area, a lane that I'm not in, and that was wellness. And I asked Barbara if she wanted to come and support and be one of the speakers coming from a purpose lens. And so investing that time and energy and planning, and it was an all-inclusive retreat. So when we say all-inclusive, folks just showed up. Food was everywhere. It was almost like being on a land cruise, right?
Yes. Nice.
Just
The
food,
food was
food,
good
food,
too.
snacks, swimming pool, walking trails. I mean, it was just a great, great experience. We had yoga. Um, we had morning salutations. It was very rich, and it was full of diverse women from all backgrounds, experiences, ethnic groups, cultural diversity, age diversity, and we got real excited. And so we said, you know what? This went so well. I mean, and we had it professionally photographed and videographed, and we said we're going to have this again next year. Well, what happened next year? It was a pandemic. So we took all of this great in-person stuff that we were doing from the retreat to we did financial wellness boot camp in person, and we said, well, we got this momentum. We'll just bring it online. And so Celebrate You started with, from 3 people to then 4, um, outside of social media, and then we brought it into social media, and the people who we knew and touched followed along with us. So, Barbara, you want to show our little fun commercial?
Okay, I think you need to bring it up on the stage, and then I can start it.
Okay.
Okay, let me.
Hi, everyone. You recognize me, LaWanna Bradford with the Bradford Group. And guess what? We just ended Celebrate You 2019. It has been fantastic, amazing. I am sorry for those of you who missed it because you missed a treat. But guess what? Before I introduce what's going to happen, I couldn't have pulled this off without my business partner, Gwen Marshall. Oh my God, we had a wonderful time. We really did. It was absolutely wonderful. It was uplifting, it was inspiring, it was informational, and we just had a blast. And you guys missed our little after party. But we can't tell you about that because you had to be there because what was in the room has to stay in. Yes. And next year, what Gwen and I are so excited to announce. Yes. What this started off just to be something that we wanted to do to bring 5 businesses together in the spirit of collaboration and co-opetition, if you will. And it actually has turned into something bigger than we ever imagined. So from a platform of 5, we are now transforming this into a movement. In fact, the movement is happening organically. Yes, you say? It is, actually. Now, beyond what we even thought would be possible. So this is 2019, but we already have the date set for 2020. May 1st through 3rd, 2020, Celebrate You, Women Embracing Wellness. And with that, Gwen, I think we should bring on the other 2 people that are going to be part of it. I think we should, too. All right. Come on, ladies, join us. I'm going to let them have the stage. All right. So the Bradford Group, but next year, we're doing the triple tag team here with Revolution Ascension, Jacqueline Lulu Brown, and the Diamond Factor, Barbara Beckley. And ladies, what would you like to say about 2020?
2020 will be amazing and more awesome than 2019.
I think so.
I think it's going to be because we're just going to do so much more. We have a day added, sort of like another half day added, so that folks can come in the day before. And I'm going to keep it a surprise.
Yes.
But they're going to get a treat coming in. There'll be something special planned for the first day. And just the atmosphere is just going to be hyped more from what we experienced this time. Yeah. And it's just going to be greater. So you're going to have to be here. That's all I can say. You're going to have to be here to experience Lulu and shine like a diamond. And there's going to be a bigger surprise because we are going to have a major, we didn't have this year, we are going to have a major presence of pouring into on business strategy, life strategy from the Bradford Group, LaWanna.
No more crumbs, right?
No more crumbs.
No more crumbs.
Yes.
No more crumbs will be featured in 2020. I'm so excited. You see how excited I am?
Yes.
Bonus. So again, this is going to be the triple threat. And we will be surrounded by a couple. We'll be surrounded by a few other experts. But again, these are women who are really embracing the heart, the passion of celebrating you. We have one life to live, ladies. And living is happening right now, right this very moment. So take time. If you missed out, it's okay. You still have time to, guess what? Whole year. Celebrate you.
Yes.
So we'll see you in 2020. Women Embracing Wellness.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Memories.
Like the corners of my mind. Wow. see that? Well, out of all that, I know you're gonna be like, really, Barbara? That hair.
We were babies.
But we were, you could just tell we were just so, even with our very beginnings in that, LaWanna, just looking at that back, how we were just so excited. So just, you know how when you see a child, they just be just so excited and you can't stop them at all. It's like, okay, stop. No, 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 no. That's how we were. We were just so full, especially after that particular, that we had the event.
Right.
And, just looking at the future, how we were already planning. And, now I'm thinking about it. You haven't done the no crumbs.
No, it actually shifted more to the R3.
Okay. So okay. That's
Yeah. So the title, but so really taking a more deep dive business lens.
yeah.
Because before I was going to keep it more on a personal landscape.
Yeah.
So the R3, which if anyone's been following me, you've seen where I talk about it, train about it, and it's about positioning yourself to be relevant in disruptive markets. So really focusing on the work I did within corporate and creating a strategic platform that overlays traditional strategy and to help women to maximize their chances for success through refocus, reframing, and reconnect. But that's for another time and another conversation. But yeah,
But see how it developed. That's why you never know how things develop into something even more that, has been on your heart. So I'm glad it still came out, even when we were talking about it, because we were like, I like that little dance we did.
oh, I know.
It's funny because you were like in the sandwich.
Right. I'm like, oh, let me move.
we're both like right here with you, and you're like, okay.
But I want to say something about that because I haven't looked at that in probably 6 years, 6, 7 years.
It's been a while.
And again, we had a quality professional videographer doing that. We didn't rehearse. We didn't know what we were going to say or do. I was kind of kicking it. We just kind of knew in a big picture we wanted to promote the upcoming event. So think about that. 4 people, non-rehearsed, in front of a professional videographer where this is going to be used as a promotional reel. And the timing, the the synergy between us, the energy. And I, as I was looking at it right now, I was just thanking God because God was showing us back then the gifts and talents that He had already seeded in us that we were just scratching the surface. So that's God's genius that you saw there. So now when Barbara is talking about visibility and shining like a diamond, and I'm talking about positioning and relevancy and presence and even what Lulu's doing with Revolution Ascension, it's all that's the foundation. And God just allowed us to build and grow and expand in our own respective lanes. So and I want to toss this to you, Barbara, we don't just talk the talk. We've walked it. We continue to hone our craft, to study, to understand what's happening within the market, what's happening with women, and why is purpose such a struggle for women. This is our heart space that God has allowed us to grow through in His path to reach more, teach more, and then to in turn monetize. But if you had told me back then that me, you, or Lulu, because Gwen is still doing some great things, but she's on the construction management side. So I'm really focusing, central to what CY is still doing now. If you had told us that we would be here in all the places that Lulu has taken women around the world, the things that you've done from a visibility, things you and I have done from international conferences.
Yeah. Yes.
I would have said, I don't really see that happening. First of all, what time do we have to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Who's got the time?
Like I always say, I'm like, how do we do it? How we do all that? Then I look back and say, we did that. That's why I was like, wow, we really did. But, I always tell people when you really see something that is meaningful, like you said, a heart-centered thing that we had, you make the time. I know there's been some long nights, some long hours, and I would do it all over again. I really would. because if it helps other, like me and LaWanna say, help other women shine, like I always say, and help other women be out there and be celebrated, then the work was worth it all the minutes, all the time. And I mean, there have been some late nights where me and LaWanna was doing editing, she was doing edit, we was doing, I'm just thinking about all those videos, everything we did, commercials we were put, all that for the different events we had. And it came to this point. But like you said, back when we were looking at that video, I would have never thought. I mean, I had to give Celebrate You so much love just, I mean, for, I'm going to say, be a little selfish right here, for me, because at that time I was kind of swaying back and forth with the diamond factor and trying to really put it somewhere where it was really going to be understand, people understand where I was coming from. And I was still kind of in that zone. And for being a part of this group and looking at everybody, I was seeing where my purpose, because I'm always talking about purpose, was needed for everybody else, so we can all glow together, all shine together. So I said, okay, I need to make this a little bit better. This can't just be a PPD thing and blah blah blah, all that stuff. I said I really need strategically do it the right way. And from that point to now, this is what Celebrate You does. It helps you get to a point, and then it helps you celebrate as you're moving through it, not just at the ending part of it, but the moving through it. Because I know one time LaWanna got, I'll never forget this. We got to find that video. See, this is where we got to find those past videos where she was so passionate that day. And you remember this day, LaWanna. I forgot what day. It was something in the world. Well, a lot of things going in the world right now, but it was something really powerful that she was really just she was happy about it. Okay, let's just say it like that. And she got on in to Celebrate You, and she was basically calling all ladies and saying, look, we need to get this. We need to understand. Do you understand? And that's what I love about this group, because we can come in with everything going on in the world, and we can still come in as women to say, are you focused on it? Do you know what's going on here? We need to all come together. And that's why I always look at this as a movement. I said that a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you said that, it made me think about, the George Floyd incident, right?
Yeah.
And how both you and I did independent shows. You focused on men, and I think, and you had a diverse group. I had both a diverse group of women and Black men.
Mm-hmm.
And we use this platform as a way to amplify awareness
Yes.
on community issues, on things that were really causing the world to like cringe. The war on the Ukraine, when that started, the situations happening in Haiti, the need to feed and educate children around the world. So one thing I love about this, we don't politicize the platform, but we also encourage women to use your voice, to use your vote, right? Your voice is your vote, wherever you are around the world. And I know it was for Women's History Month, which we're now in. It was Choose the Challenge. And that was the centennial anniversary of women's right to vote.
Yes.
And God put on my heart, I thought it was only to talk to 5 women. But he said, no, I want you to interview 21 women from 5 nations. So it was the UK, Canada, Uganda, Jamaica, and where am I forgetting? Oh, and the US.
Yes.
Yes. And I interviewed all of these women just talking about your voice and representation. And I realized no matter where women are around the world, there is still that challenge.
Yeah.
That even in the US, one of the most powerful nations, there's still a challenge.
Yeah.
And that actually started me on my platform as far as media, Choose to Challenge.
Yeah.
My very first TV show, and now I have 2 others. And how that, and I'll talk about how that part came about. And again, ladies, here's another teachable moment. You never know who's watching you, but you are being watched. People may not comment on your social media. You may not get a lot of thumbs up, but people are watching you, and they may be talking about you in a good sense. So I was just showing these on Facebook, and XOD TV out of Atlanta saw it, came to me and said, "Hey, can we have these on our show, on our platform?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Not thinking about this being something that I would end up doing. So again, your gifts and talents, at God's perfect timing, will make a way for you. And they ended up getting more viewers than they expected, and they came back and said, "Hey, would you like to be a part of this platform?" And I'm like, "Doing what?" He said, "Doing what you're doing." I'm like, "Well, I guess okay." Well, Barbara at that time was with E360, and she already had one of her TV shows, and I ran to her. So again, this is what a community and sisterhood is all about. I'm like, okay, how am I even supposed to do this? I've never been trained. I'm not media trained. I don't know how to do this. I watch the media, but how do you become part of it? And so through her tutelage and instruction, it gave me the foundation that I needed to feel comfortable moving forward. And I want to say thank you, Barbara, for that, because some women would have felt intimidated by me asking for assistance and thought, well, I'm not going to give you my secrets. I learned, you figure it out. But Barbara's like, well, yeah, let me help you out. First of all, you need to know how to look at the camera. Because I don't know where you're looking, but the camera's right here. Well, lesson number one.
What is it, LaWanna?
So we have some bloopers. I think Lulu and I were trying to do
Oh
something.
my God, that was so
And
sweet.
we're like, we're like, I don't know. And that's the other thing. This is
That was
funny. And I want to
sweet.
turn this over to you, Barbara. Uh, this was so funny. My father, who's now deceased, though, but he passed away a year and a half ago. My dad had done a Facebook Live before I did, and he was like 89.
He
No,
was
he was
already.
no, it was 90th. No, it was no. Let's go
Wow.
back. Maybe 88, but I don't remember. He came on and he thanked people live for birthday wishes. And Barbara's like, now, LaWanna, if your father can come on and do a live, really? And I'm like, I'm not comfortable doing lives. I can't. And so on my birthday, I didn't tell Barbara I was going to do it. I went live and I was terrified. But here's a teachable moment. I want to toss this over to you, Barbara. How many times do we not move because we're scared?
Yeah.
We're wondering, how am I going to show up? What will people think of me? What will they
Mhm.
say about me? Will they receive it? Will they laugh at me? I mean, we get in our head
Yeah.
and we just don't move. And I had to I'm like, I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm just going to just do it.
It.
And Barbara calls me up. She goes, "Oh, you jumped into the water."
Oh, I was like in all that day. I was so happy. I was like, she did it. She did it. And look what happened with that. I don't even know if she can beat a. I mean, I don't even know if a jet can beat LaWanna right now when it comes to being on the screen. I mean, she went from I don't want to do it, I don't know, to I mean, in a heartbeat. Come on, Barbara, let's do this. Or she just look up. She's boom, 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 talking. I was like, okay, she's surpassed. And you know what? That's good. I always tell people that it's good when somebody that you helped or assist or whatever how you did, you drop some seeds with them so they can grow and see them surpass. What you want them to do. I always tell people if I taught you or showed you something or whatever, and you go beyond me, good. I want you to do that. And she has done that. So I give you so much. I mean, I pick up stuff. I look at your show now and say, okay, okay. Yeah, I gotta change that on my thing. So yeah, I'm taking notes from you too, Queen. But yeah, just that day I was, and then when you and Lulu came on that day, I was just laughing. It was so
It
you
was
were like,
hilarious. I
it was
mean, because
like
we didn't know we're trying to do a live from our cameras, and it was we didn't care. And then this is the other thing, teachable moment, because we've had some great things that I've wanted to repurpose. But because at the time I was so focused on just the message that we wanted to get out,
Mhm.
that the whole appearance thing wasn't like a big deal, right? And I think you should show yourself in a natural light. And you can be glammed if you want, But there are times, Barbara, when I literally look like, did you comb your hair today? I think I was just happy, like, camera, look at me, da, 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 da. And I'm like, wait.
Well, the interesting part is about that little one. I'm finding out through all, like you said, media stuff. We both are that sometimes those are the best videos that people be watching, and it's kind of you be like, really, but you're being real, like you said, you're being yourself, you're being real. You can connect with people because people probably wake up and be like, yeah, I'm tired too, just like she was. They might say that, and they relate. There's a relation there. And that's why I always told you, and I tell everybody else, first of all, just get on there, just get there, just turn on the camera. That's what you need to do first. I don't care about anything else at that point in time. I tell people, I just want you to feel comfortable just saying, click, here I am, and that's what you did. And now look at where you're at.
And I want to say, if there are any women out there and you're like, I want to be seen and heard more. Well, Barbara and I both have our own independent platforms. We're not competing with each other. We both just have good platforms. It's just like you've got your TV shows, your different networks. That's what we are. She's on DFN, I'm on E360 TV. Different networks, great, meaningful content for both men and women that you can find on our platforms. But if you're someone that's saying, hey, I want to get more exposure in the way Barbara does and coaches is one way, the way I do it is another way, but they're complementary. So if that's something that you're looking for, definitely reach out to us. Our Instagram's at the top, but you can find us on all things social media, and let's have a conversation, because I tell everyone, I need to make sure that you fit our audience need. I mean, everyone's not going to be the right fit for our shows, and the same with Barbara.
Mhm.
So we want to make sure that it's a win-win for you, for us, but most importantly, our viewers who are watching and trusting us to bring them quality content. And I'm going to let Barbara talk a little bit about what she does with her shows, but I just want to say what makes me uniquely different is I take a strategic lens to what it is that you do, why you're doing what you do. And then we set it in one of my three shows, which framework makes sense for you. And so it's a conversation. It's not, let me ask you question number one, question number two, question number three. It's a conversation. And I expect that whoever I'm talking to is an expert at what they do, or they have an amazing, beautiful lived experience that they've learned and grown from, and they want to show to the world so that other people can learn and grow as well. Barbara.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, on my end, I always told myself, when we even started through here and when I was going through the PPD foundation, foundation, as I always say, I wanted to make sure that, first of all, I'm showing up. And that's why I went through mine. Now it's interesting because we're talking about 7 years celebrate you. It's been almost like 7 years that I've been doing what I'm doing. When I just started my first little show called Diamond Factor Experience, I'll never forget that. And I came on in E3, well, 2 years out before that, and then I came on E360 because I was just on Facebook, like you always said, and then went to E360 TV and was with them for 5 years, and then rose up again and said, I really want to have just a little more, and I'm going to say control, not in a negative way, but control where I can really have people come in and really mold and help them and coach them and show them the production side and show them the other side of it, how they're supposed to show up. So I created DFN Broadcast Studios. And with that, there's, different channels. On the channels, there's different shows. People either have their own channel or can have their own show. But the thing that I wanted to make sure is, what can I take away from each show host that will make them just flourish, make them just shine even more? Well, you know how they always say you can help people with help them with time, money, or health. Well, I do a little bit of the money, but I do a lot of the time. So with being on there, I take away all of the, okay, I got to edit, I got to create this, I got to put a commercial there, I got to do all that kind of stuff. Or I got to find a guest, I got to follow up with the guest, and the list goes on. It takes a lot. to put on your podcast or your TV streaming show. And I said, if I can take that away from people so they can shine and we can work on them and on bring so they can bring their light to the world. I always say people lighthouse to the world. Let me do that. And that's why, being DFN broadcast studio, I get a chance to really just explore more for people, but also still showing up for people. Because I always tell people, if I didn't go through it or dealt with certain things, then how am I going to help and teach and help you grow? So and again, me and LaWanna, we give each other so much stuff because we really, really honor each other and we respect each other in what we do. And that's why I always go back to her saying, LaWanna, if you didn't show me how to be strategic, if you didn't show me how to really focus on certain things, because she's the one that helped me with doing a lot of stuff where I got to this point, then I wouldn't be able to help others that I'm doing now within the DFN broadcast studio.
Yeah, thank you for that, Barbara. I'm going to play our Celebrate You promo video. We've had so many commercials and videos promoting this group, but this one is I think our favorite and our signature.
I've been searching for a gold mine, been digging for a long time, looking for a diamond of the rarest kind. Then one day I found a perfect treasure, a worth of impossible measure. I started to pray, then I heard you say you would forever be mine. I struck love. Now that I have found you, I struck love.
I struck love. Oh.
Now, the other thing, so that's one of our videos, and this is something I want to say. All that we built
Made me cry.
was before the AI as we know it, right? To the chat GPT, the AI
Yeah.
video and stuff. We actually developed the storyboard, found the music. I mean, we literally directed, produced, edited, paid for all of the different platforms so we could get video, the royalty, sometimes royalty and or royalty free video clips, stills, etc. that we use. So Barbara and I are also, when we say director producers and video design experts, we are. And AI now makes our job that much easier. But it's great when you have the baseline and you understand how the pieces fit together, then you partner with AI. See, the
Yeah.
one thing that I tell people, here's another teachable moment. Everyone's getting all caught up with AI, and AI again is not new. It's almost 40 years old. But AI in the hands of the everyday user is relatively new. You're looking at about 3.5, almost 4 years now. But if you choose to surrender your own divine innovation, intelligence, and creativity to a generative tool,
Mm.
then my question is, and I wrote an article about this, what then happens to our humanity,
Mm.
the brilliance of humanity?
Mm.
Where you totally let it do everything. Suddenly, like you may have been a great writer, but now you don't write anymore because you just throw it into chat or any other Claude, any of the other, and it writes for you. But you're no longer tapping into
You're a genius. Yeah.
the genius that's in you. I mean, that's a serious risk that we become lazy.
Mm.
We don't use this brilliant mind that we have, and we become lazy and dependent.
So true.
So I don't ever want to be dependent and lazy. I want to continue to craft my innovation, creativity, and use all of this technology as a tool, as an assist. I will always lead it. It will never lead me.
Yeah.
So I just want to challenge you all out there. Is the tail wagging the dog or is the dog wagging the tail when it comes to how you use AI?
Yeah.
Barbara.
Beautifully said, LaWanna, when you said partnership with AI, don't let it take. I know somebody told me just last week, they said, don't let AI steer the ship in your life. You steer the ship with AI. So they were basically like same things like what you were saying, you steer that ship. Yeah, it's a tool. You can use it. We all do. Well, I'm gonna say for myself, and LaWanna just mentioned it too. But don't let that steer you, because you still have to rely on your genius and what God has given you. And I say that so much to people.
Right.
Don't let that fade out and let that come in and just take over on your end, because that, like you said, the humanity side of it is just leaving. And we don't never, I don't care how much what they do with technology, the humanistic side still has to be there. Humankind, yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing, when you're using any technology, AI and others, you want to ask yourself, why am I using it? Right? And Barbara already talked about it. Is it saving me time, money? Is it helping my health? Maybe it's saving you time. So now, from a health standpoint, you're not burning the candles at both ends. Maybe because it's saving you time, now you can lower and or increase your price point because there's greater production efficiency, right? So either you pass a savings on, or maybe you're able to get a higher product, right, done with less manpower. And so maybe now your margins, you have a bigger margin for yourself. So there's, again, saying, think as a business person. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner out there, how are you using it? How are you defining it? And how are you ultimately benefiting from it? I know, for me, I'll give an example, because I know I was talking to someone and they were blasting people who use AI for their photos. And I said, well, if it's a realistic photo or not, right? You got caricatures out there.
You do. Okay.
Cost
I did.
that, if you were actually going to a studio and having professional photography done, and then buying the amount of images that you needed, if you got a quality photographer in images, you're looking at a minimum of 2,000.
Mm,
Well, depending on what platforms you're on, if you're a speaker or you're out there a lot and you need a lot of stuff,
yeah.
then you're going to have a serious
Yeah.
photography budget,
Yeah.
right? Or videography budget. But now, again, AI simplifies things so that and I just want to say there's nothing wrong with it.
Mm,
It's just, I've had one person, the only thing I didn't like, I kind of chuckle. So she's in the travel space, and she has all of these amazing videos with her in them, but she hasn't been to any of these countries. Personally, that for me, I think it's that's an integrity thing, because I'm looking at it thinking, oh wow, you've been to Egypt. No, she hasn't. It
mm,
looks like she's been to Egypt, and you could say, well, LaWanna, come on. Well, no, because she's the face of the company.
yeah.
So if you're saying you're a travel agent and you've been to all these places, what are you going to do when they ask you about your specific experience in Cairo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what did it feel like when you were standing at the pyramids of Giza? Well, I don't know. I wasn't really there, but I just saw this. I just saw this video clip. So again, I think with anything that we do, could think about being a person of integrity,
Yeah.
right? And think about your character. And again, if you're using AI, you're using AI. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, but I wasn't going to sit down and draw all of these little cute caricatures of myself. Please, I'm
I
trying
know. That's what I want.
to chatty and describe what I wanted. Love the post. I'm like, bingo, beautiful. Next.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm with you, Luana. See, and I'm going to take just a little, because just a minute here, just to go on what you said, springboard what you said. Yeah, I use, I always say to myself, like you said, saving time. So one thing about me, you know yourself, okay? You know what things that you're a genius in, that you do well in, that you want to just hone that in because that's your thing, you're right. Then you know what's things that you might not do so well, okay? But it's part of your business and you have to keep it moving with that. Well, I'm going to just be totally vulnerable here. Me and grammar don't get along. Grammarly is my friend, is my best friend. And then friends that see things too. If I post it, they'd be like, "Oh, Barbara," I'm like, "Ooh, let me take that down." Ooh. But I'm just saying that because with AI, it has helped me so much to get my emails out quicker, to get things that I want to. Now, yeah, I try to craft after I put it out there. I try to craft and move some things around so it can sound like me, of course, because you still want to be you while you're using the tool. But I know that was something that I'm just like, okay, thank God I have this because now I can get emails out, now I can get posted, and now I can talk to people better. Now I know how to, if I have to troubleshoot something, I know how to explain it a little bit, so everybody can understand more so than me trying to say, okay, well, now what should I say? Okay, take that out. What should I say? And that sometimes take 15, 20 minutes just to figure all that out. So you, like LaWanna said, use it as a tool that's going to help you in your business, not take over. That's what, you're trying to say.
Right. And you save from hiring a copywriter or a marketing department, branding department. So again, think from a business lane. What is it enabling you to do that's more efficient,
Mhm.
cost savings, optimizing your output? And I like what you said for it to sound like you. I have about a 90 to 95% accuracy rate when it comes to identifying chat GPT language
Mhm.
because it has a standard sound, right? Unless you tell it. You
Mhm.
write how you would typically write or how you would typically say something, then you say, now I want you to write XXX, but let it sound like me, right? In the style of Barbara Beckley, in the style of LaWanna Bradford, in the style of Ernest Hemingway, in the style of Patti LaBelle, whatever it is, so
Mhm.
that it will craft it like you. But when you just throw it in there and it just spits out, and then typically if you don't control it, it's really, really long, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, really? I just needed a 2 sentence thing for a post, right? So again, let manage it, don't let it manage you.
Yeah,
That's in
that's
a
the key.
nutshell.
Yeah, in a nutshell. Yeah.
We could go on and on and on. I mean, 7 years. There's a lot to talk about, but Barbara and I are going to be wrapping up in about 10 minutes, and I want to just show you a couple things. We believe in giving, and that's one of the things that Celebrate You has done over the last 7 years. And our number one charity that we continue to support and continue to give to is Help Heal Humanity. Barbara even took it to the next level. So not only were we taking sometimes a percentage of our events, sometimes the entire proceeds for our events, and donating to Help Heal Humanity, but Barbara's platform also dealt with nonprofits. And so, again, that was a space to help amplify the work this Canadian nonprofit was doing. And I just want to show you a little bit about who they are. And thank you, Serena Bupolino, for trusting us.
For the past 5 years, Help Heal Humanity has successfully run an elementary school in Canaan, Haiti. Due to COVID-19, the political unrest, and the recent earthquakes, food is scarce. The students attending our program are coming to school starving, and therefore causing a disruption in their academic goals. We need your help, now more than ever, to provide these students with the nourishment they need to continue their education. Our goal is to raise $100,000 so we can feed 100 kids lunch daily and send them to school in the upcoming year. Thank you for your support.
Oh, every time I see that, I'll be like, that's my heart. That's my heart.
So
Yeah.
that again talks to not only are we doing things domestically, but internationally. We've also supported the Healing Forest in Uganda with Birch Smith Lions. And again, that's helping to create education, build schools for children. So Celebrate You, and Barbara and I always say this. I want to toss this over to you, Barbara. We are far more than a Facebook group. We literally put words to action,
Mhm.
and we see the lives that we're impacting, Barbara.
Yeah, that's why I said a while ago. And LaWanna, I know she took it like, wait a minute, what's she talking about? And I don't want to think I was going crazy. But I did say, I said, LaWanna, this is when we first started, and we started a Facebook page because we were basically started a Facebook page so we can get all the information for the retreat in one place and people could be able to see what we're doing and, ask questions and all that. You know how some people just set that up for that. Well, I think after, I don't know, 3 days or a week, I think it was less than a week. I look at the numbers in the Facebook, it was growing, like growing from like 25 to 50 to, and I said, wait a minute. Then at first I was thinking, all these people not coming to the retreat. And I said, well, maybe they are, in my sense. So I told LaWanna, and I was like, LaWanna, the Facebook group is growing. There's more people just to keep adding every day. And you were like, what? And then she checked there, and I said, wow, this is a movement. This is more than this. And that's what it sparked the fire. And I think I put the fire over there with LaWanna too, because she's like, maybe you're right. And since then, I always say that no matter what. And you see how we grew from just a small Facebook, just for informational purposes. See, this is, again, understanding the seeds that you put down, and you never know where that seed's going to grow.
Yeah.
So that was another seed that grew to now look at where we are 7 years now. And all of the things that have happened with the women included. We got the leadership women that we haven't really talked about, but we honor them so much because it takes, like I said, you know how the old saying go, but it's true. It takes a village. But I want to add to that, it takes a village of women of all areas of life to come together and celebrate each other.
Yeah, and I'm just going to quickly, I'll read part of the names, Barbara, and I'll let you read the others. And this is, again, we could be on for hours and hours and hours, but we just want to say thank you, because, again, Celebrate You wouldn't be here 7 years later if it wasn't for the collective leadership. So we know we've got 1,500 plus women around the world, but there is leadership that's looking and making sure there's content put out there, and who are doing things not only in the group, but blowing up outside in their own respective lanes. We've got Marva Riley, Josie Edwards, Jacqueline Young-Landy, Jacqueline Lulu Brown, Dr. Patricia Rogers, Burley Almonte, Barbara.
Deborah Morrison, Dr. Teresa Smith, Melissa Banks, Nancy Matthews, Dr. Durance Zion, Bird Smith Lyons, and Sammy Bidell.
Yeah, and my apologies, she's now married now, so Garrity. Sammy Garrity in the UK. So again, these women they're doing some great things. Follow them. I'll make sure that I will go in later and put their links, their Facebook links under this, so that if you want to know more about what they're doing, some of them have new books. They're doing things in the pageantry space for seniors. It's just brilliant. So we are just so thankful for them.
Yeah.
Women's History Month. Let me show a quick video. We gotta hurry. We're almost out of time.
That was right on time too. It's the last day.
Last day. We have some other special shout outs, and I'll turn this over to Barbara, because we are women supporting and celebrating women, but we couldn't have done what we have done and what we are doing without the men behind this community, Barbara.
Oh, for the men?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those are key supporters. I mean, I really think for Cyrus Webb, Harlan Bradford Sr., Superman, I call him, and I always will, Harlan Bradford Jr., Barry B. Mixon, Tony Saunders, Emmy Award winning, and he created our CI. Well, he gave it to us, basically our song for CY. So you see how the men came in and say, you know what, we're going to celebrate you too. We're going to honor you. We're going to support you. We're going to be a part involved. A lot of all the men I just mentioned, they've been a part of something that we had, like an event or created something or gave us some ideas. So,
Oh,
I'll.
and I forgot to put Rick Spann.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Rick
He
Span. We
was
didn't
one of our hosts. But these people have given their time
have it.
and money
Yes.
and money
And
for this.
money. Yeah, money. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, we're more than just a Facebook group. And I want to also just show this one because we did Women of the Year. We did it for 3 years. And why we did it was we were shut in, right? We were in lockdown. And we said, what can we do to honor women who are, even though we are in quarantine status with the pandemic, we saw women in our community that were rising up in very unique and creative ways. And so we literally created a gala. One of ours, we had over 200 people. We were sold out. We couldn't let anyone else in. So that was cool. So we've done it from a Zoom platform
Yeah.
to TV.
Yeah, it's a TV.
Right. We've had it displayed, and those were also featured in major media, CBS, NBC, ABC, Market Watch. And so I'm just going to show you this little commercial highlight, and we're just going to honor those women who were very special, including our Impact Award winners. And with that, we had twice Tony Saunders. You can look him up. He's recording artist, Emmy Award winning bassist, performed for us twice. And again, donated his time and even flew to Atlanta when we had a special presentation and did a private concert for
Wow.
Celebrate You winner Audra Aiken. And I just want to read off quickly the winners. Wendy Watkins was the winner, and Josie Edwards was runner up. Deborah Morrison was the winner, and we had Larcinia White was the runner up, and then Audra Aiken. And we everyone was so close. We opted in our last year not to do runner up. And some people were like, "Well, why did you stop?"
Mm.
Again, because it was during the pandemic. Some things are meant to be seasonal,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah.
eternal. Right. So we were reading the signs of the time and what we were doing, and we felt, Barbara and I said, this is a good end.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good end. And our Impact Award winners, Irene Vaxberg was the very first winner, and Dr. Patricia Rogers. And these were individuals outside
Mm-hmm.
of these. So first we had the monthly winners, and then we had the annual winner. So outside of our Celebrate You Woman of the Year, who were just doing some very incredible and unique things and making a shift in their own lanes. Um, Last thing I want to say really fast is, again, there's just so much we've done. The trainings. We believe in bringing training. This is our give, Barbara and I, this is our give back zone. And from our coffee and conversations,
Yes.
one Saturday out of the month, we would come and talk and train. Our Celebrate You Live was every single Friday, nonstop,
Yes.
5 years. Every single Friday, nonstop for 5 years. That's dedication, that's commitment, that's serious content development. And we were live.
Yes. It wasn't
We
no.
weren't recording, there was no editing, we were just on.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Um,
Mm.
Let me think, what else did we do really quick?
The financial.
Oh yeah, financial boot camp. Oh,
Mhm.
our Women History Month, our tech.
Tech. Oh, yeah.
We had women from around the world. We're talking about technology and women in tech. Our international conference was amazing.
Yes.
So I think there were 6 nations represented as far away as the Philippines.
Mhm.
And oh, our Guinness's Book of
Yes.
Records.
Yes.
So we weren't going for the record, but Cyrus Webb was, and he was doing interviews, the most number of interviews, and we got to participate in that. He didn't win that one, but just this past year, he went back for the
Again.
Guinness's Book of Records for interviews, and he did win. So,
Cyrus.
yay,
Yes,
yay,
Cyrus.
yes.
Yes.
Well, last thing I want to say is I want to just salute our living legacy, and then one who we've lost. My mom, Miss Bessie Bradford, she just turned 90 years old and continues to be an inspiration, but she also mentors young mommies, and she was a founding member of MomCo out of Sierra Vista, Arizona. They are an international organization. If you are a young mommy and want to know how you can get that ongoing support and training and leadership development, it's MomCo, MOMCO. They were born out of Colorado. Military wives just looking for community and connection, and now they're a massive international movement. And mom
Mhm.
is still involved with mentoring mommies. In fact, they had a special birthday celebration for her this month. And then Larcenia White is 87 years young, and she is also a co-founder of MomCo. As I mentioned, she was a runner-up for Celebrate You Woman of the Year. And Barbara, I think, yeah, I did tell you, MomCo, because of the work that she has done with Celebrate You and her media exposure that we were able to give,
Mhm.
Momco featured her number one in their magazine, but
Oh,
then invited her to the international stage in Florida last year to speak in front of
oh,
an audience of 2,500 women. That's
wow.
the power of Celebrate You.
Yes, I was about to say that. I was about to say
She
that.
had never done speaking like that. The level of exposure that we were giving her, the media training, media exposure, getting her on radio, on TV, print, all
That's
of that.
mm,
When they were looking and combing literally the globe,
yes.
they picked her and said, "We want you to be one of our keynotes." And I celebrate her, but I also celebrate us because we had something to do with
Yeah.
it. And there's nothing wrong with celebrating yourselves, ladies. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, we walk the walk. We
Yeah.
give back. We build amazing leaders have sprung board out of this community. Amazing leaders. Amazing leaders. Deborah Morrison doing her own thing with Yes We Can Now Women with financial empowerment. Nancy Matthews and her husband, Barry Akatel, are doing some new and powerful, amazing things. We have really touched some lives, and we're continuing to touch them, even though their presence may not be as dominant in CY. We're still reaching, we're still touching, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Those seeds, if they went out and they're growing within their own lane. And, a lot of people, didn't even have the confidence. I'm thinking about Irene.
Mm,
I always look at her story and it's so powerful to me because she used to just, she just, first of all, she's just a bolt of energy, a bolt of her heart is there, and her dancing, I'm telling you, just lights up the room, right? And sometimes little things like that is huge. From that point on, she has been on so many different stages now, so many different talk shows through Celebrate You. How many of the first day when she came on, she's like, I want to be a part of what is that again? What are y'all doing? What package you have? I'll never forget that. And we were back and forth for a while. I said, LaWanna, I finally got Irene because we were having some problems with getting her on, but we finally got her on. And I'm telling you, she is just out there doing things. So even the women that are strong, confident, has came in and learned and grown. We grew from them. And then the women that started that didn't really kind of like was finding their way and say, where do I need to be, has found their way and has just exploded. So I just have to give, so again, this is going back to being that community, to being that community of women that love on each other, celebrate each other. And I'm going to say it, I always do. It's a movement.
Yeah, and I like what you just said, because we, again, we're more than a Facebook group. We actually have actual relationships with people in the group. You know, when we hear that something's happened, you know, we're picking up the phone, whether, you know, it's loss of family members or someone's ill, or we, between Barbara and I, it's amazing how many people we're aware of, and we find a way to reach out, let them know. And other women here, we see you, we hear you, we're here, we're supporting you, we're praying for you. We also did, Jacqueline Lulu Brown brought to us, remember the big major coat drive in Connecticut.
Yes,
So
yes.
many children didn't have coats in the winter. And I think we raised almost $3,000 for coats.
That's wow.
I mean, we've just done some collectively some pretty cool things. And the one thing that Barbara wasn't a part of, but I did it with many of, I believe every woman, yes, every single woman in my documentary is from Celebrate You, and that was for breast cancer awareness. So I started at home. Who here has told their story before? Would you like to be a part of this?
Yeah.
So there's not one person on that documentary that I did that isn't here. And I think Barbara and I both, with our shows, we started off first at home. Let's pull the guests from here, right? Because we've got some talented powerhouse women here. Why am I going outside when I can start here? Which brings me back. I'm going to do a quick marketing piece. If you want to be featured on TV, again, podcast, radio, social media, YouTube, that's one animal. TV is another. So if you're looking to be featured on streaming TV with individuals who have been doing it for over 7+ years on credible networks, DFN and E360 TV, reach out to me and Barbara so we can talk, have that casting call, and see what it is that you want to feature, your message, how we might be able to position you in a way to be relevant.
Yes.
It's changing, disruptive market. Again, interviews are a dime a dozen, ladies. You can get an interview anywhere. But what we bring to the table, not many folks are doing it. And let me give you this little stat. There are over 10 million podcasts out there. I'm just talking podcasts. Less than 15% are still active. The average podcaster doesn't get beyond 5 shows. Barbara and I have 7+ consistent years of experience. We've been trained by the best. We've been trained by an ABC director. We've been trained by Michael Smalls, who is a SAG actor. Again, we've done the work. And we use what we do to be featured on. Let me find that your little thing here. Who's this, ladies?
She got my magazine. Oh, you're going to make me cry.
We featured on Women Thrive International Magazine by Ramonda.
Oh.
It's a major, major organization if you guys want to be a part of that. So, again, it's what we are telling you and showing you to do, we do ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're out there, and I'm showing you the big platforms that we're on. We still love to do some smaller ones, but these are big. I mean, that's huge. And then here I am. This is Passion. This is an international magazine. This is their special Black edition, and I'm part of the African American Chamber of Commerce and was recognized. So
yes.
This is Barbara.
Damn.
Here we go, Barbara and LaWanna.
Oh, wow.
We are moving. We started off not knowing what the heck we were doing
I'm telling you.
to where people are coming to us and
Yeah.
featuring us
Yes. Wow.
because of our story, because of our impact, because of the consistency and
Mhm.
credibility that they see, that we are proven. So, ladies, be authentically you, be consistent, show up with integrity,
Yes.
own your lane,
Mhm.
dominate your lane. Because, as I always say, no one competes in your lane but you.
Mhm.
Barbara always talks about PPD, your purpose, passion, and drive. If you want to know more about that and how you can do that to
Yeah.
again get this and
Oh.
the ka-ching that comes with it, reach out to Barbara. Again, me, strategy, positioning, remaining relevant
Mhm.
in this very disruptive market, and
Mhm.
get noticed. Again, with serious level features. You know, we're not talking about cheap.
No.
Uh, you know, I did it on my own personal copy machine. I'm trying to find it,
Please don't.
but it's a lot of great content. And when you look at the other women
Yes.
that are being celebrated in these pages or other leaders, you're like, it's very humbling,
Yes.
right?
It
It's
is
very humbling.
very humbling. Yes. Wow.
We're walking the walks, ladies. We're constantly trying to improve ourselves
Mhm. Yeah.
and
Oh,
improve the
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Barb, oh, here
Yeah.
you go.
I
Here's
see.
Barbara's article. Let me show
Ah,
you. So again, we're talking quality content, ladies.
yeah.
Quality layout.
Look at the diamonds.
This is what we do. So you may think, oh, I don't see LaWanna and Barbara together.
Mhm.
We're partners.
Yeah.
We're in our lanes, and at times we come back together, but we may not be coming back together on this platform.
Mhm.
So the Diamond Factor, the Bradford Group, we're rocking and rolling in tandem and independently. Barbara, is there anything else you want to say before we give our final salute to Mary Ellen?
Well, I just want to say again, thank you for the wonderful 7 years and beyond. I'm going to say it like that. One thing I have to say, and I always want to make sure I'm humbling myself as like being a leader, being a member, being just a woman, period. That when you lead, like Lawana just said, you have to lead yourself first. And that's why you see us, like she sold the mag, all of that, because we want to show you that you can do that too, and even more. So we want to show that there's proof. So there can be proof in your life the same way. So I just want to stress that part of it, because that's what, when you really go into it, really into it, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So lead yourself in the direction that I'm going to throw that in there. Your PPD, your purpose, passion, drive, lead you to. And make sure that you check out, I'm going to say this too, the 3 R's, because
Yes.
collaborating with that, powerful, Luana.
Yes. Refocus, reframe, and reconnect. And I tell people, because I'll simplify when I'm doing a quick interview. And people are like, oh, I think I got that. And I'm like, no, actually, you don't. Because that would be like me giving you a key to a car that you've never driven. And you can say, well, I've seen how you start the ignition. I know how to put my foot on the gas and go. But do you know the rules of the road?
Mm, mm-hmm,
Or are you just going to chance it? So
mm-hmm,
this is like, let's take the chance out. Let's
mm-hmm,
be strategic. Let's have predictable, evidence based application so we can optimize the likelihood of success today. I was telling someone yesterday, and I'm going to speak to African American women right now. We see you, we hear you, you matter, we're behind you 100%. 600,000 African American professionals lost their jobs in 2025 in the US.
mm-hmm.
600,000. We have not seen an exodus like that ever.
Ever.
It was not by choice. right? So these are women trying to figure it out. So again, if you're trying to figure it out, there's the PPD. And once you got your purpose, passion, and drive figured out, and now you need to figure out, now how do I recalibrate
Mm-hmm.
so I can build and I can grow, where I can refocus, reframe, and reconnect and make impact, influence, and income? That's where I come in. Lead with the PPD,
Mm-hmm.
close with the R3.
Yes. Oh, that rhymes. I said that rhymes.
And look who's in the house. Our number one first woman of the month.
First. That spot can never be taken away.
Never. I mean, Lachelle has done so much just
Yes.
to sharing her story about overcoming mental health challenges, anxiety, and everything that goes on with that, with those that are overachievers, right?
That was
And
another
you know,
platform. That's what I mean to cut you off, but that
yeah,
was
yeah.
another thing that we did and celebrate you did was the mental
Oh,
panel.
yeah, the mental health wellness panel, which Lachelle was a part of. So again, we've just done so much because of what other people introduced to us, and we're like, oh my gosh, well let's advocate for this. Let's give them a platform. Let's give them a voice. And to watch all that Lachelle is doing,
Yes, she's
America's Supermom. I mean, just amazing, amazing, amazing. So we thank you. We salute you. Uh, we love you.
we love you.
We love you. And we're going to close out with this. And we've lost some women over the years, and it's not been easy. But one of our leaders who we lost was Mary Ellen Saganovich.
Yeah, hard.
We
Ooh.
lost her in 2024, November 2024, and she was such an inspiration. And she always talked about truth, biblical truth, God's truth in how we live our lives. And I want to just close with this, and then we'll do our Celebrate You close, and we'll see you all again soon. Happy Women's History Month.
Oof.
What a beautiful ending, and perfect as we are in Holy Week right now. So
Yes,
we've
yes.
been blessed. We've been blessed with just beautiful voices that continue to live and inspire in our community.
Mm.
I'm going to let Barbara close us out. Thank you for listening, and if you're watching the replay, thank you for checking us out.
Yes. Oh, you just got me with that, Mary Ellen. I still have a lot of her books that I ordered from her because I said she was such a blessing with what she put in those books. I wanted to get, I think I got like 20 of them now that is a giveaway basically.
Yeah, they're beautiful giveaways.
Yeah. And I've been doing that for honoring her too. So thank you so much for playing that. We honor her truly all the time. Okay, LaWanna, this is kind of bad, but we haven't done the closing in a while. And I got to remember, come on with me.
Okay, we'll start. Love yourself.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's love
Love
yourself.
yourself, love yourself. See?
Here we go. It's love yourself. Boop, boop, boop,
With the
boop.
heart pumping,
Embrace yourself.
brace yourself. Here we go.
And whatever you
Whatever
do,
you do,
celebrate.
celebrate you. There we go.
Bye, everyone. We love you. Happy 7th anniversary.
Happy, happy.
Bye, Barbara.